Hello YouTube, this is a Satsu5. This is kind of a vlog style video. Not that these are necessarily the most entertaining videos, I just find the subject very interesting, and there's a few of you who might agree with me or might find it interesting as well. So the topic of this video is the e-cigarettes um, being advertised on TV. I'm not talking about the big mods or the higher end vaping equipment. I'm talking about the blues, the blue e-cigs, the Viz or Viz or whatever they're called, the ones that you see on TV. And I find it very, very interesting that they advertise them on TV, considering that cigarettes, or it's illegal to or it's illegal to advertise cigarettes on TV. You can't have televised cigarette commercials, but you can have televised e-cigarette commercials, and they're almost identical to the ones that were back in the day, excluding the Flintstone advertisements, which I find hilarious. But in these blue e-cigarette commercials or Viz, you'll see like these really cool-looking, beautiful people smoking a e-cigarette, if you can call it smoking, vaping a e-cigarette, and they look all cool and stuff. There's one of the newest ones where there was this person flying a helicopter around this herd of cattle, and it's a cowgirl, and she undoes her bandana where you can see her face, and she takes a puff on the e-cigarette. And I just find it very, very interesting that we're programming this into the youth, that e-cigarettes are safe, they make you look cool, and they're they're okay. And let me get this point across: I'm not against advertising cigarettes. I think it's a legal product. I think that cigarettes have just as much right to be advertised as alcohol. I don't smoke. I do want to try a Cuban cigar, but I technically have asthma, so that's probably not a good idea. I have labor-induced asthma; it's not regular asthma. But yeah, I, I don't see the difference between advertising alcohol and advertising cigarettes. Albeit you can smoke, you can't. You can drink alcohol responsibly. You can't really smoke a cigarette responsibly. There's no moderation there. But yeah, it's a legal product. You can legally use it if you're of age. I think it should be advertised, not necessarily in the Flintstones manner, but I kind of think if you're going to have that rule for the tobacco advertisements, you should have that same rule for the vaping advertisements, because you're still portraying this device that looks like a cigarette and saying this looks cool, this is appealing. And I've read a little bit about e-cigarettes. In the nurse's office, they have these pamphlets on synthetic marijuana, bath salts, and stuff. They had one for e-cigarettes, and they really didn't have a whole lot to say other than the fact that we don't know. The their view was, we can't say this is a safer alternative to cigarettes because there's not enough study, there's not a lot of information on it, so they don't know if it's a safe alternative to cigarettes. So to me, if you don't know that it's not a safe alternative to cigarettes, you probably shouldn't be pushing it on TV. If you're not going to push cigarettes on TV, one can be just as potentially dangerous as the other. And it seems like it, in my opinion, I don't know a whole lot about vaping. It seems like it could be a potential for pneumonia, which I'm prone to getting pneumonia. That's basically fluid in the lungs. Vapor is basically a fluid. It's steam. Basically, it's not smoke; it's steam, and you're breathing it into your lungs. But that's it. I don't have a whole lot more to say on the subject because I'm not the most knowledgeable guy on the subject. I do believe that If you're going to have these rules for cigarettes, you don't want to make cigarettes look cool on TV, on the same channels that kids are watching. You shouldn't have these same advertisements for e-cigarettes. And let's face it, if a kid is really young and they see someone smoking an e-cigarette, are they really going to know the difference between an e-cigarette and a analog cigarette? So I think that's very interesting. It's something that should probably be talked about. Um, I'll have another vlog video here in a second. I'm a Satsu5 and I'm out.